Chicago Local Access Cable Corporation, GTV, presents Chardon Hilltopper football. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Kenston High School. Decided tonight's independent contest between the old CVC rivals, the Kenston Blue Bombers and the Chardon Hilltoppers. I'm Craig Dees along with John Walsh, and tonight it is Hilltopper football week number 2. And John, taking a look back at the week that was last week against Shaw, it was kind of a tale of two halves, at least from a defensive standpoint. Rough first half, but boy, they really righted the ship in the second half.
Yeah, very much so. They went into the locker room with a 28-28 all tie, and actually it was a pretty exciting game. You had the long runs, you had the drives, you had some good defensive plays, some letdowns on defense. But like you said, Craig, the Hilltoppers got it together, righted themselves for the second half, and took control of that ball game.
So they will look for win number 2 tonight. John Bell, of course, a talented quarterback, now a senior with this ball club, and a guy you're going to be hearing a lot about tonight, Bobby Doyle, a guy that has really come on, John, and what a performance he had for that junior last week, huh?
Yeah, he had a big-time game. He had 200 yards in his inaugural appearance as one of the halfbacks for Chardon, but he's got a big X on his chest today, and historically, big games at Chardon are followed up by they go to somebody else because they've been practicing all week to look for number 8. They'll probably be handed off either to the fullback or the other back, or Bell keeping it just a lot more. Doyle will get his carries. We'll see how he performs.
Well, the Kenston Blue Bombers come in 0-1. They lost to Chagrin last week 38-21. It really wasn't that close. They got down early in that ball game and were able to get some scores near the end of the game to make it reasonable. As a matter of fact, scored all 21 points in the second half of that ball game. They're under first-year coach Rick Adams. So Rick Adams looking for his first victory in a Kenston Blue Bomber uniform. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll have the kickoff right after this. Welcome back to Kenston High School. Chardon Hilltoppers will be kicking off to the Kenston Blue Bombers here to begin the first half. Chardon comes in at 1-0. Nice defeat of Shaw last week, 47-28. Kenston again with that loss to Chagrin, 38-21. This is a couple teams that in the old CVC used to tangle quite a bit. As a matter of fact, the last time these two teams played on here was back in 1995. And then they played in Chardon last year, which was the first time since '96 that they had come to Chardon. So it's been quite a while. This rivalry being renewed.
Real good spirited rivalry. These two used to put very good teams on the field. They just bang heads together, and they were always entertaining games.
Going back deep for Kenston, Mike Silla will go back along with Ross Alberts to receive the kick of Adam Parker.
And we're about ready to get going.
Now, John, you're number 11, GTV, covering the Chardon Hilltoppers all the way back to 1994. And we've got some big news coming up about 1994, so stay tuned for that throughout the course of the evening as well. There's some really neat things going on to commemorate that state championship team. Adam Parker has the ball teed up. The crowd on the far side, full of Chardon Hilltopper faithful, getting good and loud.
Little squibber between them. Taken by an up man who falls right down. Number 41, made the reception there.
Josh Shinnigal covers it up. Here's the offensive unit for Kenston. Up front, Dan Love, Kevin Slayton, Colin Gregg, Mike Marine, and Mark Ventura up front. Sean Herb and Matt Berkowitz are the wideouts. Brandon Rudolph and Justin DeBagis are the running backs, and Terry Love is a 6'1", 180-pound senior quarterback. Last week, Love was 5 out of 17 for 75 yards. He is under center. The man in motion is Conroy. They hand the ball, and that is Brandon Rudolph, and he goes down for a loss of a couple. Up front for the Hilltoppers, Rob Thompson, Gary Schusser, David White, Kevin Hogan, Tony DeSanto, Randy Lane, and Jeff Jernasik. In the defensive backfield, Bobby Doyle, Matt Colcom, Frank Horbay, and rounding it out is Chris Giganti. Gain of about 3 on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 7. The up back is Joe Worthy now in the backfield. And they hand the ball once again to Rudolph, and he gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there. He got hit hard. Looked like Rob Thompson made the play. Brandon Rudolph on the season in one game, 8 carries, 51 yards. He did have a 20-yard touchdown run last week. He'll lose 2 on that play. We'll make it 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, and I think we're finally going to see what they look like in the air. And this was something that Shaw had some good success with against Chardon last week, the passing game.
They go from the shotgun. Love fumbles,
Bad
falls
snap.
on it, and Chardon recovers.
That's what their point. Yeah, the referee pointed as well.
Number 42.
That was a nice play there by
Middle linebacker Comertz came in and recovered the fumble. The snap never got between from the center to the quarterback. Just came squirting out, and Comertz must have read it or was blitzing possibly. Was all over that ball. So Chardon gets the first break, and it's a pretty big one.
Ball's on the 28-yard line of Kenston.
That's a good way to start your offense.
John Bell under center. He will run Bobby Doyle in motion, and he hands the ball that way, and Doyle will get down to the 20-yard line. So on 1st down, he will pick up 8. Up front, Brian Consider, Rob Thompson, David White, Matt Hochberg, and Gary Schussler. Craig Brown is the tight end. We'll see Jeff Jernasik, Matt Colcom. Wideouts, Bobby Doyle, Kevin Dawson in the backfield. John Bell, 6'1", 190-pound senior. Seems like only yesterday he was a starting sophomore quarterback. Got all kinds of other guys we'll be telling you about throughout the course of the night. Where they spot it looks like more of a gain of 3. Up the middle they go. And that is
Bell kept it.
Oh, Bell kept it. And there he goes into the end zone for a touchdown. And that is what I've been trying not to get into this
That's why I wanted to
watch him
correct
with
you.
the ball. 21-yard touchdown run for John Bell.
And as Craig was trying to say, it was set up by the great fake carrying out by Renzi, who could just suck in the defense on him because he did such a great job. Right, Craig?
That's correct, John.
Yeah.
Thanks for Adam Parker into attempt the point after. He was 3 out of 5 last week. And the extra point attempt is up, and it is good. 10:16 to go here in the 1st quarter. And Chardon on a 21-yard run by John Bell has taken the lead by a score of 7-0. High hopes in the Chardon camp this year, John. I think they had a very good season last year. They got a lot of guys back, and I really think that they're hoping for big success again this year.
Yeah, it's not sure with the schedule they have when their test is going to be. We'll have to see how that shakes out. Menor, you suspected, is good, but they got beat handily by Glenville. But then again, Glenville's a pretty loaded team, so that might not be an indication. We should have something tonight, see how Menor does in their game against Glen Oak. But the other games, Lakeside next week should be a decent game. Once you hit the league, you got Madison and Improved North. Riverside should be a lot better, so they'll be tested.
Tough, yeah.
They'll be tested somewhere along the line.
Ross Alberts goes back deep again with Mike Silla. So 10:16 to go 1st quarter. Chardon has taken the lead on a 21-yard John Bell run.
Speaking of next week, that Lakeside game is going to be the reunion game of the 10-year 94 state championship team. And as Greg alluded to, we got some news about a special package you could purchase based on that season.
And help the boosters out at the same time.
Yes, exactly. And entertainment, good home. It's got to be a little short kick the way he's lined up. Yeah, a little pooch to the sideline.
Go to the far sideline. That's Shane Jarvie. Jarvie will go down back inside the 30-yard line. And that is where the Blue Bombers will take over. 1st down and 10.
Yeah, this doesn't look that much like the old Kenston teams that of years gone by. They kind of hit a downslope there, and now they're just trying to build their program up. First-year coach here, he's putting his stuff in. That takes a while to get kids settled into a new program. We'll see how it shakes out for him.
Worthy the up back. It is Rudolph the deep back. That is Conroy in motion, and they hand the ball to Rudolph. Up the middle he goes, breaks a couple of tackles, and gets across the 33 to the 34-yard line, maybe even close to the 35. Gain of almost 5 on that 1st down play.
Yeah, it was good second effort because he was, like you said, he broke a couple tackles. He was hit a little bit sooner right around the line of scrimmage. Just they didn't wrap properly. He busted through those. It was second effort, got him the good yardage and made what was going to be a nothing into like a 4-yard gain. By the way, we don't have replay tonight. We had an equipment malfunction, so you folks, if you're looking for it, it's not going to happen. We apologize for that.
Rudolph comes the near side, and he will pick up 3 tough yards before he is swarmed under. Tony DeSanto was there. Also on the play was Corey Comerts.
He's got a little shucky motion, you know. It's like they come up and he weeds them off a little bit. Wonder if he's part of those strong Kenston wrestling squads and knows how to use his hands.
3rd down and 1. Clock is running. We are under 9 minutes to go first quarter. Chardon leads at 1-0 or 7-0. Still thinking baseball, see?
Yeah, you got to get out of that mindset there, Craig. 3rd
down and a yard. That is Rudolph. He's got the first down as he comes across the 40-yard line. Corey Comerts again made the tackle, and Chris Gigante made the cover. Gain of 2 on the play, and that's a first down. Last week, Kenston was able to muster only 7 first downs in that ball game against Chagrin Falls.
Like you said, most of those occurred in the second half there. Yeah, they're having a tough time getting their team on track here, but like I said, it's a new coach, new system. It is going to take time.
They pitch it this time, and it's Rudolph again, and that time he was hit behind the line of scrimmage by Rob Thompson, and down he'll go for a loss of a couple of yards. Good pursuit there by Rob Thompson.
Yeah, Rob just played the classic defensive end on that one, came across, boxed, guy came into him. I don't know what happened to the lead blocker. I didn't see the lead blocker for him who was supposed to contain the defensive end there, but Rob was waiting, wrapped him up, and took him down right there for a little bit of a loss.
A couple of big guys in that offensive line or defensive line for Chardon. David White tipping the scales at 290, Gary Schussler at 270.
They got some big boys on that offensive line too. There's some considerable size in this year's Hilltopper team.
2nd and 12, that's a little counter. Ryan Conroy, and he may have picked up a yard, if that. 3rd down and about 11. Await the Blue Bombers.
Yeah, I think White, one of those big tackles you just talked about, came underneath there and plugged up that hole where it was supposed to be and ended up with no gain whatsoever. So again, Kenston's forced in that 3rd and long situation.
Terry Love completed only 5 passes last week, but to 4 different receivers, including Brandon Rudolph out of the backfield for a 20-yard touchdown. 3rd down and 11. They fake it, they run a reverse. Coming around the other way, that's
Janae 6 out there.
Scylla, and good pursuit by the Hilltoppers. Keeps that a 3 or 4 yard gain.
We're both there waiting on the corner. They weren't fooled at all. That's just the classic staying at home. And when you stay at home, do your job, good things happen to you. That's exactly what happened to Colcom, the corner on that side, Janasic, the outside linebacker on that side. They didn't get sucked into the motion going the other way and flow over. He stayed home, had an easy tackle there.
Justin DeBadges into punt. He gets it off and he shanked it to the near side. That will hit at the 40 and go out of bounds at the 38-yard line. So Chardon will get the football in great field position. 6:25 to go here in the first quarter. Chardon touching the football now for the 2nd time, and they lead it by a score of 7-0. There's quite a party going on out here today. Did you notice that? They had
the ribs cooking.
They had the ribs. They had the dunking tank. It was a bomber fest or whatever they were having. It was kind of neat.
I think they said
great atmosphere.
The dunk tank was to raise money for the volleyball team. I think I heard that announced. I'll tell you, I'll make a prediction tonight. If that kicker doesn't get that ball up any quicker than he did on that one, there is going to be a block tonight.
I agree. He took his time.
Oh, just an absurd amount of time.
Well, the Toppers were going back in a...
We got a flag.
Yeah, we got a flag down at the 41-yard line.
Procedure, Kenston. I'm sure, yeah. When you get a 12-yard punt, you normally decline those.
So Chardon will get the football back. John Bell will bring the gang out.
And so far, this defense has been shell-shocked a little bit like they were against Chagrin last week. Let's see if they can straighten themselves out.
Doyle and Dawson the wings. Renzi is in the backfield.
Good wing T team, though, is not the one to straighten your defense out on.
Bell's going to keep it. There he goes, midfield. He's to the 40. The race is on, and he will not be touched. To the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, 61 yards. John Bell, a one-man wrecking crew here.
And again, that was set up by Renzi. The fake to Renzi, and there were That time they didn't get you, but they got 6 of the Bombers. Renzi was just destroyed on that, but that's doing your job. That's a sign of a good fullback. They can carry out that fake and sell it.
You'd think after 11 years I'd know better than to keep my mouth shut until I know where the ball is, and it caught me the first time, but hopefully not again. Adam Parker to attempt the PAT. That one is up, and it is no good. It's wide to the right. 6:16 to go. First quarter. Chardon shocking Kenston by a score of 13-0. Just like that, huh?
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that, by the way, that you got faked out. I don't know about the viewers, but I was never that impressed with your intellect anyhow,
yeah.
Craig. So we got the big banners going.
That's a party.
What game was that where the winds were blowing something fierce? Those poor girls had those huge flags.
It might have been a playoff game we did a few years ago.
I can't remember
the wind was whistling and cold.
Oh, and I was looking at those flags blowing and saying, some girls go to Kansas.
Well, the Chardon Hilltoppers, courtesy of John Bell. 82 yards on those 2 touchdown runs for John Bell already. Bell last week.
That's not a bad first quarter, is it?
No, it's not a bad week.
Yeah.
John Bell last week, 16 carries, 132 yards. That's 8.25 yards a carry. Also threw for 73 yards and a touchdown. So Bell, about 100 or 205 yards of offense just by himself.
Wonder when the last time that quarterback led the area in rushing. That's probably been a while, you know? Not that he's leading it, but always look ahead at the possibilities.
You throw another couple 61-yard runs in there, and he could be. Adam Parker again will tee it up.
So far, I'd keep calling that play till Kenston proves they can stop it.
Another squibber.
Right through him.
And that is taken by Alex Mara, and Mara will come across the 30 to 35. Did you notice one thing on that return there, John? They brought up Brandon Rudolph all the way up to the second line there in anticipation of that, so they'd have a speedy guy. He didn't get the football that time, but instead of having him back deep, they brought him up.
And Chardon's got a variety. They get the little roller, the little pooch to the corner, seal him there, or he'll just kick it deep. Again, did all 3 against Shaw.
Worthy the up back. It's Brandon Rudolph, the deep back, behind Terry Love. He fakes the pitch across the middle, incomplete. Pass was intended for Matt Berkowitz. Berkowitz had a catch last week for 6 yards. Second down and 10. 6:10 to go here in the first quarter from Kenston Bombers Stadium. Chardon Hilltoppers on top by a score of 13-0. Craig Dees along with John Walsh.
It had some nice penetration that time by number 50, Kevin Hogan, who came straight off the nose position. Busted through, one of the backs was able to pick him up, or he might have had himself a quarterback sack. He cut through that line like nothing.
Berkowitz splits far to the top of your screen. That is Conroy in the slot, who will go in motion. Handoff.
Come on, get up in there!
Rudolph got himself a yard, if that. Not much doing there against that defensive line of the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, they don't, I don't know, is it just me, or does Kenston look like their plays are really slow?
Yeah.
They're not quite in sync yet. They're having a tough time getting these. They just don't look like smooth, quick-hitting plays.
And this is a first for me. I've never seen a team huddle up facing the sideline. Have you?
No, that is kind of bizarre. I don't really
See,
know.
The more you show up at these things,
that means your right side of your line gets more tired because they have to go a little longer.
Sean Herb now is a wide out. You see him at the top of the screen. That is Worthy shuffling his way across. They run a counter and forget about it. Kevin Hogan stayed home that time. Good pursuit. And he puts down the ball carrier for a loss on that play, and another 4th down and punting situation for Kenston.
Yeah, there was Hogan, DeSanto, and Comertz in on that, and it's just not well set up. It really isn't that smooth, and I think they got to go back to basics here and try to cut the gimmick tree, because that's twice they've tried little reverses, and no luck whatsoever.
Horbe goes back deep. There's an almost block by Jernasik. Horbe will take it on the run at the 40, 45, up to the 47 before he will go down. And once again, Chardon with great field position on their 3rd drive. The first 2 drives. If you just tuned in, where you've been.
That was
you've missed 2 touchdown runs by John Bell already.
But pay attention. I wouldn't be surprised if they immediately go right back to it. That was a gutsy little catch on that. he had people down on him. It was a short punt, a little bit of height to it, and Horbe just came charging up, took it, and kind of like, what, 8-9 yard return?
Yep, first down and 10.
Movement there, but I guess it wasn't the
There's
offense.
A play up the middle. That's Bobby Doyle. Bobby Doyle gets into Kenston territory, stays on his feet, goes down inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. We'll pick up about 15 or 16 yards. Some nifty running there by Bobby Doyle. Doyle last week, 19 carries, 202 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a 2-point conversion.
That's a good
Not
game.
too bad.
That's
Your first game as a featured back, huh?
Yeah, somebody was telling me last night at 19 News they did a profile of the 2 Bobby Doyles.
Oh.
Avon Lake has one as well, and they kind
I
of,
remember that.
you know, I guess they did some sort of special on both of them.
Bell keeps it. Right side he goes.
Well, they sealed it up a little better that time.
Well, if you consider a 9-yard gain better, you're exactly
Well,
right. Better than
better
61.
Than 60, yeah. You've had 2 long runs. That time they at least got a hand on him.
That is close to a first down. He's short of the first down by about the length of the football.
Or the stripe itself, I think.
Looked like Kyle Wymick made the tackle.
Looks like the ball's touching the front of the stripe and the chain's on the back side of the stripe.
Wyrick on the tackle. Gain of 9, second down and 1.
See if Renzi can get his first carry tonight, just get the first down.
Bell to throw, airs it out and overshoots his intended receiver, Kevin Dawson. Incomplete.
Yeah, something was badly out of sync there. Either Bell was looking for him to come back or Dawson, I don't know, Bell didn't realize it was a fly pass. I don't know what the deal was, but that ball was thrown in no man's land.
Third down and 1. They split Matt Colcom to the near side, just at the bottom of your screen. Now he's gone. Bell under center. There's Doyle in motion. Doyle takes the handoff. Around the right side he goes. Down the sideline inside the 10. On his feet inside the 5 to the 1 or 2 yard line, and that's another first down and a huge gain of almost 30 yards by Bobby Doyle.
We got a terrible angle here. I thought he was in the end zone by 3 yards from the angle we have here. Yeah, that whole corner they opened up for him. Doyle was probably 10 yards downfield before he saw his first Kenston bomber there. It was close enough to touch him. He sealed up that corner real nice.
Referee wants a timeout on the field. We'll send the Hilltoppers back. It looks like we've got an equipment problem.
It's fixed now.
Actually, it might have been Mike Marine. Looked like he may have gotten a wind knocked out of him. He's better now. Here we go. First down and goal on the 2.
Kids heal quick, don't they?
Yeah. Bell hands the ball off left side and into the end zone for a touchdown goes Kevin Dawson.
Yeah.
Second touchdown of the year.
Yeah, he reached the ball across and then it popped out of his hands. Well, once you cross that plane, that doesn't matter anymore. You saw the little scramble at the end of that play. That was for the loose ball, but it had already been marked in the books.
Adam Parker in to attempt the PAT. He was having a little bit of trouble in warm-up. The grass on this field is very thick, and you couldn't really even see the kicking tee when it was down in the grass. Parker gets that one up very nicely, and right through it goes. So with 3:08 to go here in the first quarter, 20-0, Chardon. Man, oh man.
Well, to tell you the truth, from what I've seen of Chardon, they got good speed, but not exceptional speed. But I don't think Kenston's very quick at all. So this grass is probably going to stay long for all home games because they're going to be playing a lot of teams that are a lot quicker than them. Nothing better than home field advantage, but of course you look at the scoreboard, it doesn't say that. Go ahead.
Tonight's Cablecast funded by your cable subscriber franchise fees. We'd like to again extend thanks to all the GTV funding communities, including those not funding tonight's contest, for their year-round support. They are Burton Township, Burton Village, Chardon Township, Chardon Village, Hamden Township, Middlefield Village, and Munson Township. Once again, thrilled to be able to continue to bring you local public service programming with a special emphasis on those communities. Thanks again for supporting GTV, and thanks to our viewers for their support. The response continues to be just wonderful. Thank you very much.
Should we tell the big news now?
Well, let's the next break in the action.
Okay.
Keep them reeled in for a little while longer.
Okay, right after this kickoff, when they're changing their teams, getting the kickoff team on and defense and offense on for each of these, We'll tell you about this exciting new opportunity you folks have. How was that for lead-in?
That's good.
Thank
That's
you.
good. You should be a pitchman on one of those late-night infomercials.
Or call people's homes and get hung up on.
Adam Parker to kick off. They've got their pretty much got the good hands team on here against Chardon. There's another squiver right in the middle of nowhere. Takes a bounce, picked up by Shane Jarvie, and Jarvie is pulled under right at the 30-yard line, and that is where Kenston will take over first down and 10. Okay, pitchman, tell us what we can buy.
Here's the exciting. Hey, you get back here. No going to the refrigerator. We got exciting news here. Starting next week, before the game, they're going to be honoring the '94 state championship team. In the boosters booth, they'll be offering 5-seat DVD package, 4 playoff games, and 1 of the Pep Rally Parade outtakes. All that for $50. So if you want to remember that '94 season, even better. There's a breakaway.
There's Rudolph. He gets into the Chardon side of the field all the way down to the 37-yard line. Brandon Rudolph with a 33-yard gain on that first down, and that brings the Kenston faithful to their feet.
They needed something because, quite honestly, this night hasn't been going their way at all tonight. So anyhow, in the booster stand from starting next week at the Lakeside game at Chardon, and then from there on in, you can get that 5 DVD set for $50.
That's good.
And, it's worth it alone for the Walsh Jesuit game. That was such an amazing football game.
They hand the ball off again. Same back, Rudolph. Boy, the pile pushing them forward. Inside the 30-yard line, a gain of about 7 or 8 on that first down.
Yeah,
well, the good news is they can buy the DVDs. The bad news is it's you and I calling the games from 11 years ago.
That doesn't mean they have to use the volume controls. You can just make it
some
pure videos.
Those were some great ball games, huh?
Oh, there was some amazing stuff. Boy, that pile did push. It was stopped about a 3-yard gain, and then the whole pile just shifted forward for the final 5.
Second down and 3, ball on the 30, 2:17 and counting here in the first quarter. In motion is Conroy. Ball is loose. Kenston has it.
Lucked out, got a first down. Boy, that ball just came squirting out.
Coming up off the bottom of the pile, Mark Ventura with that fumble, and that is a first down, John, inside the 25-yard line. We'll call it to 24. They'll wind the clock up as we were fast approaching the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter.
I think the reason Kenston's facing this way is they're paying homage to us, Craig.
Is that what it is?
That's why we'll see at second quarter when they shift sides.
First down and 10. A flip-flop tackles. Worthy the up back. Rudolph the deep back. The throw is Love. Fires it toward the corner, and it is incomplete. Pass was intended for Sean Herb. Herb had a 28-yard touchdown reception last week from Terry Love. Incomplete pass, second down and 10.
Jagani kind of got position on him there, and Herb was trying to go through him and couldn't get around. He just had him covered from the backside.
Offset eye now in the backfield with Worthy and Rudolph. They pitch it to Rudolph. He's behind Worthy, cutting in inside the 20 to the 10, inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. Out of bounds he goes with a minute and a half to go in the quarter, and they'll spot it at the 7-yard line.
Yeah, was able to get the corner there. The outside linebacker, Randy Lane, got into the backfield, was just a hair shy of grabbing him. It could have been a loss, but it ended up as a nice little gain, and Kenston's threatening here.
Sure are. You see the ball there. Terry Love came all the way over to the near sideline, had to sprint all the way back to the far hash to bring the play in. We'll go with that familiar tandem in the backfield.
Chardon defense wanted to try to work on that shutout, so I'm sure they're going to be digging in pretty deep.
Rudolph is hit by Jernasik first and then covered by Randy Lane.
Yeah, we had DeSanto coming from his defensive end position. Was able to touch those ankles, but not get enough to bring him down in the backfield.
Second down and 7. The ball is on the 7-yard line. One of the chants that Chardon had in their pregame out there was chanting shutout. The defense was getting going, so obviously they would love nothing more than that.
Yeah, that's always just a little motivation thing. You like the shutout. Just same as a 50-49 football game, but there's something special about those shutouts.
Got some equipment trouble by one of the Hilltoppers. The Blue Bombers will go back in the huddle. 56 seconds to go, first quarter. 20-0 Chardon.
Somebody having a helmet problem. Comert's out there having a helmet problem. Still adjusting. Wonder if the little cheek pad kind of popped out. Well, it's being snapped back into place. Referee's twirling it, and here comes Kenston, the line of scrimmage.
There you see the Kenston faithful. Now what do we got? Chardon wants to take a timeout, I guess. Yep, they're going to take their first timeout of the night, leading it 20-0 with 55 seconds to go. Let's continue on with that booster 5 DVD set, all 4 playoff games, plus an additional 5th that has outtakes, parade, the pep rally, all for $50. And you have to go through the boosters to get that.
Yes, it's not through GTV, so leave poor Dave alone. He'll go right and call in GTV. It's the boosters project. They'll be selling them, and if you've ever priced DVDs, $50, $10 a piece is not bad. Oh, you can't buy them separate. It's a package set, by the way.
And then before the game next week, they're inviting as many members of the 94 team back as can show up, because they're having a big 10th anniversary celebration of that championship team.
Yeah, before the game, so get there early if you want to see the festivities. That will occur before the game. See, what else we got going on? Well, next year Chardon's going to be, well, actually Kenston's going to change a little bit their league. They're currently in the Chagrin Valley Conference, which is going to break into 3 different divisions next year. So there's restructuring going on, and of course Chardon's going to be moving into the Premier Northeast Conference, which has Western Reserve is their old league, and they'll probably keep the same title.
The quarterback going to keep it, tries to get the corner, forget about it. Down from behind, Randy Lane with some great pursuit. That's a big loss on that second down and 7. They will spot the football back at the 10, a loss of 3, 3rd down and goal from just outside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, and I'd have to say it's the point in the game where Kenston, well, unless they're held to absolutely nothing here, they'll probably, if they get 5 yards or better, they'll probably go for the 6 rather than the 3. Because the game's at the point right now where it can just turn into a total rout.
Love is under center. And he will go back to throw. Rolls out, flags fly, throw, and that is incomplete. They say he was out of bounds. Sean Herb on the reception. He was looking for,
let's see if we have a hole
touchdown.
here.
Might be, yeah, we'll see.
Because it looked like when he was rolling out, Robbie Thompson had 2 guys on him, and they were just hooking him something fierce. So I wonder if that was what was called.
Well, now Chardon's got a decision to make. They can make it 4th down on the 11, or they can take the 10 yards. If you take the 10, you're going to force them to be out of field goal range more than likely, but they're going to decline the penalty, and they'll take the down. 4th down and goal.
Yeah, and I don't think they worry about the field position so much, not the way their offense has been running. Kenston hasn't shown they can stop it as of yet tonight. So even if you get the ball back at the 10-yard line or something, they feel strong and capable. They can go 90 yards with no problem.
4 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 4th down and goal from the 10.
There usually was one right here.
I'm assuming they'll go right to the air.
They do. Fires it toward the end zone. There's a flag. I think they're going to have a hold. Sean Herb tried to separate from the defensive back and couldn't get away. Had a fistful of jersey, I think, and we'll have a
offensive interference is what you're saying?
No, I'm seeing defensive. I think he was either held or they're going to call it pass interference.
I thought it was against the offense, to be quite honest with you. No, he's calling it defense. That's an automatic 1st down, isn't it?
That's what it is, and that is the end of the first quarter. So the first quarter has come to an end here from Kenston Bomber Stadium. The Chardon Hilltoppers with 3 touchdowns. have taken a 20-0 lead. Kenston will have a golden opportunity, John, here to start the second quarter. First down and goal on the 5-yard line. Try to punt something really going to test that Chardon defense to see if they can keep them. They've held them out already for 3 plays. Now they're being asked to do it 4 more times from the 5.
Yeah, well, Kenston's got to get it together because real estate is precious down there, and that's what Chardon really digs in. By the way, you're watching this game either Saturday or Sunday or whatever it's replaying here, but there'll be
or you could be watching it in 2004 as part of, or 2014 as part of a
the
10-year
package,
anniversary DVD set.
The 15 CD DVD set, yeah. But there'll be more games on this year. In a couple of weeks, Craig's going to be making the trip down to Lisbon to play the Lisbon Beavers down there.
Ray Malavic and I, who's the voice of the Eastlake Ballpark, if you've been to the captain's games.
I will be going and doing Berkshire Cardinal game that very same night.
That's a great matchup.
Oh, it is.
As well.
It's just a fun neighborhood game. And there'll be 3 other games being done by Comcast that are going to be played on GTV. You can have the Menor game, the North game, and number 10, South.
Yep.
So the 3 Lake County teams are all going to be telecast, not by us folks, but by people that are almost as good, wouldn't you say?
I'm not saying.
See, I don't care. I'll stick my neck out. So there'll be lots of, the Hilltoppers are going to be on TV 5 times this year.
Well, it is a first down and goal from the 5. They pitch it to Rudolph. He cuts back, he is hit, and he is going to go down, and he'll lose a yard. Strung that out nicely.
Wow, I'm a little, so they must have no confidence in their inside game. I'm just a proponent. You got the ball on the 5-yard line, you batter it right up the gut 4 times.
Pin your ears back and go.
Yep, if you can't make it, you don't deserve it. They went out wide there, and that's a bad thing about that close when you go wide. Yeah, you can score off it, but you can also lose yardage. Straight up the gut, you don't lose anything.
Rudolph hit by Comertz. Down he goes. He picked up that yard that he lost. Corey Comertz came shooting in. Made the original hit. So a gain of a yard, 3rd down and 5. So far so good for the Topper defense. They haven't given up anything here on these last 2 plays.
And I'd have to say Kenston's not going to be kicking. They'll be going 2 more downs and try to get to 6.
Well, we talked about this last year. Well, I did a lot more radio than TV last year. We followed the St. Joe Vikings all the way down to the state championships, and they did the same thing with their quarterback. That poor kid, Mike Svelbar, had to put on 10 miles a game coming to the sideline just like you see Terry Love doing. 3rd down and 5. Love with a long count, goes back to throw, fires it, touchdown. Sean Herb, 5-yard touchdown pass from Terry Love. 3 TDs now for Love. That's the 2nd for Sean Herb. And Kenston is on the board.
Yep, they're going to get, in case Chardon thought it was going to be a real easy night, Kenston's just laying claims right now it's not going to be. They came to play tonight.
Mike Silla in to attempt the PAT, left footer.
Let's see what kind of kicking game they got.
That one is up, and that one tumbles through. It is good. So at 10:28 to go here in the second quarter, it is Chardon 20 and Kenston 7. Got to be careful how I say this. I'm so used to talking about Kinston, the Indians. Single
Kenston, yeah.
So if I say Kinston at all, I apologize in advance. I think I've already said it once. So.
Just say it quickly, and nobody will even know.
Oh, they'll know.
Now that you quoted it out.
Yeah. Right. No, they'll know. Well, the Hilltoppers will get the football back. Hey, there's all our friends at GTV, huh?
Yeah, there's the banner with the guys hanging about it.
Just like my shirt.
Oh, yeah, very nice.
Got my GTV shirt on today.
Someday Dave's going to like me and at least give me a hat. Nah, probably not.
I think you have to be here 15 years for the hat.
Is it 15? I mean, actually, I was here before GTV. I was doing games for the old
Dave TV.
Cablevision. Yeah.
Remember, it was Dave
TV. And it was just playing Cablevision before that.
I was there.
Oh, we were doing it back in the doing color commentary back in 1860 or somewhere thereabouts.
Viacom Cablevision was my first time. Silla kicks off, and on the run, once again for Chardon on the return is Horbe, and Frank Horbe gets across the 30 to the 34-yard line. So the Toppers will get the ball back with 10:24 to go in the first half. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we'll have the Chardon Hilltopper Marching Band coming your way for the halftime entertainment, so we can take a break.
Exciting.
It is.
I'm pumped now because of you. I'll tell you, Horbe.
That band gets better and better every year, though. You got to admit.
Yeah.
I mean, that band is progressed. As good as the football team is, the band has made a lot of strides over the years.
I imagine Horbe was a little aggravated. The guy had his ankle, wasn't letting go, and he had open room in front of him, but he couldn't use it. I imagine it was chewing him up inside.
Handoff to Dawson, and Dawson gets around the corner and gets across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, that was
another solid play on first down.
What, 7 yards? But I think he ran about 65 to get that 7. I just struggled. He kind of juked around in the corner there for quite a while. I guess that's closer to 8 yards, isn't it?
8-yard gain, second down.
It's a little warm here in the booth tonight, isn't it?
Brad Petroff is in the game, a new wideout. Bell hands the ball off. Modest gain straight up the middle.
They tried 5 times on one.
I think that was Kevin Dawson again, I think. Nope, actually got the first down where they spot the ball. It was such a pile up there, I couldn't see where the ball was spotted.
I thought he was a yard back,
spotted
too.
At the 45.
I thought that was Renzi, though. I thought that was 43 Renzi. No, Renzi isn't 43, is he? 34.
This time is Bobby Doyle. He cuts back, stays on his feet, still on his feet, gets near the first down. Now he's got the first down as he got blasted from behind by Terry Love. But boy, that one hit from behind gave him that extra yard, and that's another first down.
Yeah, Doyle's shooting for his at 200-yard mark, I'm sure. He hasn't got the long breakaway one yet. Those are the what you really need to get up in the 200 stratosphere, but he's been getting some nice 10, 15-yarders, though.
So there's a little reverse. There's Dawson. Dawson down the left side, up across the 30 to the 29-yard line. They gave the ball to Doyle. He handed it to Dawson. And there is a first down to the, we'll spot it just inside the 30. We'll call it to 29. That's a first down and 10.
Yeah, this defense is having problems with this wing T tonight. They're way over pursuing not staying home and filling those little lanes for the counters.
It is magic when it's working nicely, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Doyle again. That time he'll pick up about 5 down to the 25-yard line.
Probably doesn't even want that. You know, throw it away. If it's not 10 or better, I'm not going to take it.
Take a 5-yard average all day long, right?
Yeah, it worked for Jimmy Brown, didn't it?
Yep. I saw Bob Doyle, former Chardon coach, in the stands tonight. Good to see him. He didn't see me, but I saw him. It'll be exciting to watch his son play ball and sit back and relax, right? Just
sure.
You know what it's like to be a father in the stands, right? You don't relax at all.
Got the high vantage point, too. Down in the field, you don't quite get to see as much.
We got whistles.
Actually, when you're coaching, you don't see that much because you got to be looking at the whole team. Everybody's holding in, watching their kid play. I didn't get to see my kid play till he was in 7th grade.
Ball start. That will move the sticks back and give the Hilltoppers a second down and a little over 10.
Yeah, 11, call it. It's a long 10.
Under 8 minutes to go here in the first half. They've asked the clock to start running, but it's not. This time is Bell. He goes up the middle and he gets back about the 5 yards they lost on that penalty. Make it a second or third down and 7. Well,
they spotted the ball over the marker there.
Yep.
That was about close to a 6-yard gain.
Yeah. So we'll call it third down and 6.
Chardon's going to go 2-down territory.
Bell keeps it and goes down. Tackled from behind. Nice play by the Kenston Bombers. That was John Holzheimer.
Went to the well once too often on that one. They were looking for Bell all the way to keep on that one. Yeah, I'm sure Chardon's going to go for it. That's too much for a field goal attempt. It's not worth punting from there.
So a 4th down and 6. Havlick to the way far side of the field. There's a reverse. That's Doyle. He cuts back. He's got the 1st down and more as he barrels his way inside the 20 to near the 16-yard line. That was some good second effort there by Bobby Doyle.
He's got some good ability to cut against the grain. You know, the players are flowing into him. He cuts right into them, and it's hard to tackle somebody when he's doing that. It's hard to teach a kid to do that, too, because it's kind of one of those, I'm not going into them. You know, it's a natural thing. You don't go into the guy, but really that's the proper way to go in sometimes like that. Unless you have the whole sideline open, that would be the right way.
1st down and 10. The ball's at the 15-yard line. They hand the ball off. That was Renzi that time, and Renzi will go across the left side and pick up a yard or so.
Yeah, he's back to that good old Chardon battering ram fullback. Heck of a blocker, too. I watched him a few plays last week, and he really does a great job of blocking out of that fullback position. It's one of those things that, you know, the team appreciates, but a lot of fans don't appreciate. But plays don't go if the backs don't do their jobs blocking. A lot of times they have the key block on the play.
Well, they're talking about, you know, the Browns are playing tonight, and they've got that fullback that they signed, and they're saying that he's one of the big reasons that William Green and Lee Suggs are having a good preseasons because they actually have a legitimate fullback that can block, and just chipping somebody at the line of scrimmage like the fullback does sometimes when you got guys with speed like Doyle is enough to break them. You don't even have to engage them for that long, just get in their way.
Just that flash can do it. Yeah, body in the way will a lot of times do it. The big fullback nowadays in the pros, they use that's pretty much a guard. They just put a guard in the backfield. He's got a little more wheels on him. Matter of fact, remember when the old refrigerator Perry used to go? God, what a load. Can you imagine a 340-pound bullet coming at you? Because you can't even dodge him. You can't even get out of the way. He's so wide.
It is a 2nd down and 8. 6:07 to go here in the 1st half. Chardon leads at 20-7.
We're looking to add to that score, too. That's a nice little drive. Good ball control. Eat some of that clock up. Oops, 2 men in motion. Yeah.
There go the flags. Wondering when they were going to blow the flag or blow the whistle on that.
Yeah, somehow we had Doyle and Pavlik moving at the same time, and that's okay in Canada, but not up here. Oops, hearing a little bit of the crowd side over here. They're starting to look for stuff to complain about.
2nd down, and it'll be about 13 or 14, yeah.
Yeah, Kenston, they'd love to go into halftime with a stop here. That would help their team cause a whole bunch. The scoreboard, they're still in the game.
And Bell going to keep it. There's a flag as he gets near the 10-yard line. Flag came down, might be a hold.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. He threw it right at the Chardon tackle on that side. Right at his feet. As a matter of fact, I think it hit his shoe. So that's kind of when it hits a player, there's an indicator. There's your hole. Well, Chardon's going to have got a long way to go for a 1st down. So we're 20 now, 2nd and 20.
Call it 2nd and
20 is close to 19.
Yep, 20 it is. That's what I'm going by the scoreboard.
But the thing is, they got a bunch of 15-yard plays in their playbook tonight.
That's what they've showed so far. Bell keeps it and goes down. He got hit by Ryan Conroy.
They're starting to seal up a lot better on that little fake and carry by Bell. beginning of the game, that thing was gold. And I agree, you just keep running until they stop it.
Yep.
Now they're showing signs of stopping it.
Spotted on the 20. Chardon can get a first down at the 4, so it's a 3rd down and 16. Clock continues to run, 5:15 to go first half. They run Pavlik way to the far side. It's Dawson and Doyle are the wings, and that's Renzi in the backfield behind John Bell. Straight up the middle is Renzi, breaking tackles inside the 15 and near the 11-yard line. So he got about almost half of what they needed to get that first down.
Well, if you go total yards carried on this is going to end up, if they score, it'll be like a 140-yard drive, won't it?
It seems like, yeah. So 4th and 5. Now we've got a timeout called for by Kenston.
That's
so
a good timeout by Kenston, too.
Well, you've got 3 scores by Chardon in the first quarter. John Bell, a 21-yard run. The next time Chardon touched the ball, he had a 61-yard run. And then a 2-yard run by Kevin Dawson, and we ended the first quarter 20-0. Here in the second quarter, though, with 10:28 to go, Terry Love with a pass to Sean Herb. The PAT was good, and we sit right now at 20-7. Chardon offense hasn't done much since that drive where Dawson got the touchdown. At least scoring-wise, they're moving the football, but they're not.
They've had like a 6-minute drive here. It's been a long drive.
And they are not showing signs of, or yes, they are showing signs of field goal. Adam Parker will put the ball down.
I don't think so.
At the 18-yard line, so that'll be a 28-yard attempt. And he was booting them pretty good from that distance today when he could get the ball off the ground because of that high grass, as we said.
I'm suspecting there's going to be a fake and Bell's going to get a pass.
And
no, they were going for it. Has he got to kick it 5 yards further now? Somebody jumped.
Kenston's pointing in that direction.
Yeah. I think we had a little procedure action going on.
Yep. So that'll move Chardon back.
Well, he had plenty of leg on that one. It looked like it was right through the goalpost with plenty of legs, so if he can kick it from there, he can kick it 5 yards further.
.439 to go in the first half. Chardon appears to be staying in the formation for the field goal. We'll spot it now. That's a 24-yard line. That'll make it a 34-yard attempt. Adam Parker's got the leg for this.
Well, he needs to practice, too, for later. Nope,
there's the fake. Bell comes out of it, looping it into the end zone, and it's knocked down. Nice play in the end zone by Sean Herb, and he did the right thing, too, John. He knocked it down, so now they'll get the ball back. Instead of on the 20, they'll get it back out here.
The 16.
Isn't it from the spot? Oh, it's not from the spot because it did not go. Yeah, you're right. So maybe that was
a scrimmage. Well, it's better than
yeah,
trying to run it out.
Right.
If he had tried to run it out, he would probably get tackled at the 5.
So he knocked it down. And now
it's
Kenston
original
will
line
get
of scrimmage at the 16. Or 17 maybe, but wherever it was.
Yeah, they're calling it the 16 on the board. Good enough for us. So Terry Love and the Kenston Bombers offense back on the field with plenty of time left. They've got one timeout, 4:34 to go. Shotgun, Love gonna run it. Good hole on the left side. He just runs right into Randy Lane, and down he goes.
Yeah, speaking of lanes, he had a nice little lane open up on that left side. They took the outside guys and just kicked them outside and opened up the inside off tackle hole for him. Boy, I don't understand that quarterback to the bench. It just...
I see it more and more. Lake Catholic does it on the games I see them do it.
I just can't understand.
Menor used to do it with Tom Abbott.
Menor used to run a lot of hurry up out of theirs too. He didn't even go back to huddle. I don't know. I just don't. I know they're in shape and all, but
Love to throw has Berkowitz, and Berkowitz
short.
Will go down. I don't know if the ball came loose or not.
That's what they're acting like it was caught. I don't see the excitement of a recovery. So.
It's going to be close to a first down, though, for Kenston.
Yeah, it looks like it's a little short according to the guy ref I'm watching for the spot. Well, they're going to leave it right there for a measurement, I think.
Yep, our first measurement of the year.
See that head tap yet? Well, they're coming out. He must have just said, hey, rather than tapping the head going through all that. Can't see it all. Little short on the TV monitor, could see it.
It's like about, what does that look like, about a foot and a half? Foot?
That's good enough.
3:32 to go, first half. Chardon leads at 20-7. Chardon band will be coming up at halftime.
Well, I'll tell you, last week's game, that first half lasted about 4 days, I think. That was the long, because it was, well, one, you had 56 points scored total in the half. So there's a lot of timeouts there. There was a decent amount of passing, too, which every time it was incomplete, it stopped the clock. So that was just a super long half.
Now they'll go back under center with Worthy the up back, Brandon Rudolph the deep back. And Love will take the quarterback keeper, and he will get the first down.
Yeah, well, Kenston's going to have to start stepping it up a little bit. They got a long way to go, and they're down to 3:25 now. Still got, what, 68 yards, 69 yards?
The ball's on to 28. 72 yards.
Okay.
First down and 10. They go back to the shotgun. 4
Two
wideouts.
Yeah, 2 each side. Deuces.
And they're going to give it to Love, and Schussler grabbed him and drags him down. I thought I saw a little flinch there by Brandon Rudolph in the backfield, kind of flinch before that snap.
Yeah. If he did, the referees didn't see it, so it never happened. Yeah, that's kind of.
2 yards, second down.
This would be a good little thing. They're running a little bit of the spread there, which that's when Minner comes at him. So this will be good little practice for Chardon.
Love out of the shotgun again. It's a second down and 8. He goes to throw. He fires. He's got a man. And
First
making
down.
that plan is Mike Silla, and that's a first down all the way up to the 40-yard line. Just hit a soft spot in that defense of Chardon's.
By the way, they are still facing us, so it is homage to us.
Or to their bench.
No, us.
Oh,
Greg.
okay, just checking.
Okay.
Clock is running, 2:17 to go. Kenston on the move. Started this drive back at their own 16. They're all the way up to the 40. Love hands the ball off. That is Brandon Rudolph. He will get to the 45, and that's it. He'll pick up 5 on that first down.
Rudolph has kind of a weird running style. He's really jerky, which he's one that it's not really cutting ability or not. He's like back and forth jerky that I don't think the linebackers can really set for a big time hit because, you know, all of a sudden he's 2 feet behind where he was. You know, he's just hard to hit. So he's like one of those sharp cutting backs, but he's a different style altogether.
Second down and looks to be 4.
Trick snap.
Again, Love will keep it, and he will get tripped up. That was Corey Colmertz who got his ankle and tripped him up, and he will come up about a yard shy of the first down, up to the 48-yard line. And the officials want a timeout because Kenston says they would like a timeout as well.
Is that the third one or second one?
Yep, that's it. 1:21 to go here in the first half. Chardon leads at 20-7. It has been Chardon in the first quarter and Kenston in the second.
Yeah, they've been holding Kenston here. They're doing a good job. I'm sure give them a little short stuff because now they got to go for the big stuff. They still have half the field to go, and they're down to just a little over a minute right now. See coaches out there. Boers is trying to tell his troops what to do, what to look for. Don't let anybody behind you. Keep everything in front of you. Yada, yada, you know, the old coaches.
Third down and 2 when play resumes.
Kenston's going to have to hit. And unfortunately, I don't think their line is all that strong that he has a lot of time to throw. So they're pretty much stuck with the quick little hitters and slants and stuff and hope the guy can break it. I don't think he has the luxury of standing back in the pocket and going deep.
Love throws, pass broken up by Jeff Jernasik. He was up the back of Matt Berkowitz, and that'll bring up a 4th down now and stop the clock with 1:18 to go.
Yeah, Janasic did good timing on that one. It's as soon as the ball hit the receiver, Janasic hit the receiver himself, and just the ball went one direction, the receiver went another. Like I said, I don't think he's got time. That's what he's got to do, and with coverage like that, it's not going to be too successful.
4th down and 2, and it looks as though, at least for now, well, they look like they're going to punt formation. Silla went back, and now they will look like they're going for it. Terry Love under center. Takes a snap, not little pooch kick. Straight up in the air it goes. And the Chardon team just running away, and that will bounce inside the 35 and come settling down about the 32 or 33. Chardon will have 1:08 to go.
Now,
see if they
Kenston defense has settled in a bit. They've taken away the big runs from them, and that isn't time to get a drive, even a 10, 15 yard at a crack drive. You got to hit a big one here. So all Kenston's got to be doing is maintaining what they've been doing this whole second quarter here, and they should be fine and go lick their wounds at halftime, come out for second half of football.
Bell hands the ball to Doyle. Doyle cuts it back and got hit hard and falls forward for another couple of yards. Boy, he got whacked pretty good there. One of the guys was Ryan Conroy.
Chardon doesn't seem in a hurry there. Wait, still 1:08. I looked at the clock a minute ago. It was 1:08. It's somebody.
Well,
the referees are going to tell them to take X amount off the clock.
They keep the official clock on the field. So they're going to run it down to 54 seconds.
No, I'm not sure if it's even 54, to be honest with you, because that was a play and the clock was running in between there. So see, Chardon's up on the line ready to run a play. So they ran a full play, had a huddle in 14 seconds. I'm not sure that's proper time, but that's what it is.
Okay, 2nd down and 6. Gain of 4 on that last play. Doyle hands the ball off, and Dawson put it on the ground, and Kenston has it. Kenston comes up with the ball, making the play for the Bombers. That's Ross Alberts. And Kenston has it at the 35-yard line with 50 seconds to go, and by my count, no timeouts.
No, I don't believe so. And, so what do you got to lose? Just air the ball out and hope somebody can run underneath it. And just straight in the sidelines in case it's intercepted.
Terry Love from the shotgun.
Score here would definitely booster Kenston.
Love pump fakes, hit as he throws, and he's got a man, and that's Herb, and it's broken up. Nice defensive effort back there for the Hilltoppers, and that was John Ross, the sophomore defensive back. Stride for stride with Sean Herb and knocked that ball away. 2nd down.
Well, that's exactly what Kenston should be doing here. Try to get something going. It's all positive. Chardon was content to take that lead into the locker room. Kenston, it'd be great if they could get something here.
2nd down and 10. 43 seconds to go. Love setting up a screen, it looks like. Now he's going to come up, and he's going to have to run it. And he gets out of bounds and dragged out of bounds by Randy Lane. The Kenston Bombers wanted a flag on that.
At least the fans. I don't see the coaching staff go, well, yeah. One coach went a little nuts there, but it was mainly fans. Did you see that? It looked like an accordion out there. You saw all those linemen going in saying, all of a sudden the thought pattern went in, wait, this is too easy. Screen, and they backed off it. Took away the screen capabilities with a little flex there.
Gain of 6 on the play. 3rd down and 4, 36 seconds to go.
Yeah, 1st down is more or less secondary right at the moment here. Unless you can get out of bounds.
Pass in the flat, that's Herb. He cuts back, he's got the 1st down, stays on his feet and gets inside the 20 or close
fumble.
to the
They're
20.
pointing Chardon's ball.
Chardon got the ball back on a fumble.
I never saw it come out, but I see the referee signaling that way.
Corey Comerts was the man with the ball. At least he's the one that flipped it to the official. And 26 seconds to go in the last minute. Both teams have coughed it up. Chardon has it.
A little sloppy here, but I think Chardon's just going to take a glorified knee down, more or less. They might just run one straight up the guts. Happy with that 20-7 advantage they have here.
That's Dawson. He cuts back, stays on his feet. Man, what a nice run.
That,
Kevin Dawson with a beauty.
I guess he got out of bounds because the clock stopped there.
Chardon's
Oh,
going to
Chardon
take
took
a
a timeout. Okay.
So they'll spot it all the way up to the 35-yard line. Nice run by Kevin Dawson. So
These lights aren't real good here, are they? It feels rather dark. I mean, not enough to influence play, but from viewing from the stands, it's not real good lighting.
20 seconds to go. Coming up as soon as the half is over. We'll hang around. We'll have the Chardon Hilltopper Marching Band coming your way. They're primed and ready to go.
So they got some money here. They're going to be building a new high school here. Should be
Kenston,
open.
is that right?
Kenston should be open in a couple years, and maybe they put a couple bucks in the budget there for field modifications as well. Field itself looks good. That looks like good turf.
Yeah, it is. It's
It's
thick.
a good, solid, good track going around it.
It's got a heck of a crown on the top of it, too.
Yeah. Not quite Mollenkoff. I guess they put a new field. They got artificial at Mollenkoff now, I heard.
They got the new stuff like Chardon's got?
Yeah,
the field
as I
turf?
understand it, right. Or they
Field
put
turf
it,
is
so did
something else.
the Big Red down in Steubenville. They put in the artificial. It's becoming the thing now.
Yep, the Cincinnati Bengals tore up the grass in their new ballpark and put down the field turf because they couldn't grow grass there.
Yeah.
First down and 10 at the 35-yard line. Bell going to go from the shotgun. We got flags.
I think it's going to take forever to get to halftime here. But you got any plans tonight? I don't.
No, I got nowhere to go. I've got a golf outing tomorrow morning, or
we'll make sure the game's done by then.
that's
How's
good.
that?
That's fine. 3-day weekend coming up, right? Baseball season's over for me. Had our 70 captains home games this year. Saw you at a ball game with your son.
Yes, and daughter. Let's not forget
Oh, that's right.
the little lady of the family
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, that was the kids gave that to me for Father's Day, and then it took like a month and a half till we could finally, everybody's schedule was open to go. It was very entertaining down there.
Bell keeps it, stays on his feet, and gets dragged down from behind. Clock is running down to 10, and that should probably do it. Well, no, what do we got? Another timeout?
Yeah, it appears Chardon's going to take one.
They're going to take their final timeout, see if they can get one to pop like the 61-yarder that John Bell got back in the first quarter. But yeah, the captains were another great season. I had the privilege of sitting in the radio booth for 70 broadcasts this summer. But it was very fun, very
Well,
good.
at least your
But
wife
I'm right
knew
back
where
there
you
with
were
you,
in the
Sam.
evenings.
Oh, and my daughters, I've got the 14-year-old twin
Yeah.
girls, right? 70 home games. They saw 62.
Really?
Saw 62
They
ball
enjoyed
games.
it?
Oh, they loved it.
Wow.
No, for 2 years now, because I was with them last year too.
Well, that's anybody who hasn't gone to see them. I mean, minor league baseball is total fun.
Yep.
I mean, you got somebody whose job function is to entertain people between innings. I mean, that's his.
Andy Turney was our guy on
right.
the field, yeah.
What, entertainment director? What's
Yeah.
his title, actually?
He is an on-field host, is what they
Is that what they call him?
On-field host. 7 seconds to go here in the first half. Chardon with a second down and 12. The ball on the 33-yard line.
Bell's keeping it and going nowhere.
That will do it. We have come to the end of the first half. Well, the Chardon Hilltoppers put 20 on the board in the first quarter, nothing to show for it in the second. The Kenston Bombers put 7 on the board in the second. And we stand at 20-7 as we come into halftime. Recapping what went on, a 21-yard run by John Bell with 10:16 to go in the first quarter made it 7-0. The PAT was good by Adam Parker. Chardon got the ball back And the first play after they got the ball back, John Bell busted a 61-yard run. The PAT was no good with 6:16 to go, not even halfway through the first quarter. It was 13-0. And then with 3:08 to go, Kevin Dawson went in from 2 yards out. Adam Parker's kick was good. And at that point, it was 20-0 Chardon. That's where the offense left Chardon, at least getting in the end zone. The yards were there, but the results at the end were not. A 5-yard pass from Terry Love to Sean Herb with 10:28 to go in the second quarter leaves us where we are right now, and that is 20-7 at halftime. So we'll see what kind of adjustments are made at halftime there, Mr. Walsh. I know that last week Chardon's defense was knocked around a little bit in the first half and came out in the second half, and I don't know what was said at halftime or what adjustments were made, but it was something special. So we'll see what goes on with the Hilltoppers and the Bombers here. The Bombers got to be happy.
Oh, they got to be
20-0. They were staring a blowout right in the face.
And yeah, quite honestly, I think Chardon should be a little disappointed, and if the coaches should be yelling at him, because they had him on the ropes and they backed off. You know, they were just right to the point of doing the knockout punch on him, ending this thing real early, taking him totally out. They let Kenston back in the game, and Kenston feels they can beat him now. They're in the game again.
All right, we're going to go down to the field. Here's the Chardon Hilltopper marching band.
Gentlemen, introducing the 2004-2005 Chardon Hilltopper marching band with their drum major.
Get them right in their face and put face shots. out. Do a little bit of down at this field. We'll do about half of it down here, and then we'll do about half of it down there. That way we get both sides of the band. Because this is a big band.
Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. The 128-member Kenston High School Marching Band will open the 2004 home season with a disco favored by the village people, Macho Man.
halftime, or just beginning the third quarter. Chardon leads it by a score of 20-7. Here's some first half stats for you, courtesy of Steve Hare at the News Herald. Chardon 10 first down to Kenston 7. Rushing yards, Chardon 23 carries for 232 yards.
That's not bad.
No,
that's 10 yards on average.
And Kenston was 24 carries for 94 yards. Passing yards, none for Chardon. Kenston had 27. Chardon 0 for 2 for those no yards, and 4 out of 9 for Kenston for 27 yards. Fumbles, Chardon put it on the ground once and lost it. Kenston put it on the ground 3 times and lost it twice. And penalties, none for Kenston. 6 penalties for Chardon for 36 yards. Time of possession, Kenston had the football 15 minutes to Chardon's 9. We thank Steve Hare very much from the News Herald.
But what really counts is what it says on that scoreboard, with the 20-7, and Chardon gets the ball to open the half. And I'll tell you, like I said at the end of the half there, they had them on the ropes. They can get them right back there again with a drive to open up this second half. Because Kenston right now, I'm sure their coach and the kids are really happy going in that. The way it started out, you know, it looked just horrible for them. But they hung in there, started coming back, and I'm sure if one point near the end of the first quarter, if you had said you want to go 27 at halftime, they'd have jumped all over that.
Yep. I would concur with that, Mr. Walsh. Well, Chardon will receive the kickoff. The man who's done most of the run back so far for the Hilltoppers
Got to
today.
trade sides here. They line
Frank
up at the wrong
Orbe.
sides. Yeah, I think he's fielded all the kickoffs as well as well, the one kickoff. Actually,
He's not even a guy in the middle.
And a punt.
Because you got Matt Colcom back there as well.
So Orbe, Colcom, and Gigannius. They got 3 deep.
Mike Silla will punt. Here comes a football from the Kenston sideline.
And we can play now. We have a football. It's always a necessity. You don't really think about that, but you do need the ball to play, you know? It just is chaos without the ball. Chardon backs are down around the 13, 14-yard line.
Well, here comes the whistle, and here comes the start of the second half. The left footer sends it on the far side. Once again, that looks like that's Horbe. And he comes across the 35. Flag comes flying in at the 36-yard line, and we'll see if Chardon starts there or has to move forward or backwards.
Flag was thrown on the far side of the field there. They're saying push him back.
Yep, Kenston is signaling that it should be against Chardon.
And they're facing that direction, so I guess it is coming back. Must have been an illegal use of hands or something.
Holding is the call against the Hilltoppers. That'll back them up. It'll back them up to the 26-yard line. So it'll be a first down and 10 for John Bell and the Hilltoppers.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winning 50 raffle ticket is number 296.
It's loud, isn't it?
Yeah.
Once again, we're winning 50 tickets.
First down and 10.
6613.
And the ball straight up the middle. That is Kevin Dawson.
And he's got a first down.
Check that. That's Renzi.
Rambo for about 12 yards there.
$95 prize.
I think there's a field mic or something that's a little dominating at the
There
moment.
we go.
There we go.
Mike Renzi on the carry.
Renzi with a nice run there. All the way up to the 38-yard line. It's a first down and 10 now for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, he shoot up a little of that Doyle yardage. You've got the 12-yard range on that carry.
They give it to Renzi again. Straight up the middle he goes. He's got some room across midfield and down to the 46-yard line of Kenston before he is finally brought down by Herb. Man, oh man, nice run by Mike Renzi. 2 in a row.
Well, yeah, I think this must be their halftime plan. They're keying on Doyle and Dawson and Bell. Renzi hasn't seen that much in the way of carries. He's been putting primarily a blocking back, a good one at that. But Now all of a sudden he's getting the ball and they're not honing in on him. He's ripping off big chunks of yardage.
This time they hand the ball off, and that is Dawson. And Dawson picks up a fast 4 there as he's inside the 40, or check that, the 45-yard line. It's about the 43. Give him a gain of 4 on the play, 2nd down and 6.
Chardon's coming out, moving the ball, doing what they have to. Just like I said, if you want to get Kenston out of this game, scoring the first drive of the half.
Renzi again. Breaks a tackle, stood up and is gang tackled.
Yeah, but he's a load though. He had that whole pile. It took 6 or 7 of them to finally bring him down.
John Holzheimer among those. Not much of a gain at all. We'll still call it 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, it looks like pretty much initial line of scrimmage, maybe a foot or so. They're inside Bomber territory, so they may go 2 here.
This time it's Doyle. Doyle gets the corner,
again.
gets the 1st down and more as he's across the 35-yard line and down to the 34. Hilltoppers will get their 1st down.
Yeah, they sealed up that corner nice and again gave it to Doyle so he didn't have to string it out very much. There's a flag on the play?
Yep, flag on the play at the 39-yard line.
Too. So that fine run I think is going to come back. Got another hold.
8 penalties now against the Hilltoppers, and that'll put them back out of what would have been a 1st down.
I wonder if the Kenston coaches planted a little bug in the referee's ear, because that's 2 holding calls here real quick, so they might be saying, hey, watch them, they hold.
They'll wind the clock up at the 49-yard line of Kenston. It is a 3rd down and 12. They take it from the spot of the foul. That's why it's only 12 yards. Renzi straight up the middle. Oh, almost broke the tackle, but he'll get down to near the 41-yard line. An ankle tackle.
He had nice
prevented a 1st down.
Nice acceleration there, but like you said, it was like a swipe at his ankle, just took his footing out from underneath him. And now it's a reasonable 4th down, and they are going. Or no, they're changing. I guess they are going to punt.
Got to push Kenston back.
I'm surprised.
Sean Herb.
I thought they would go for it.
Corey Comerts will punt. Stand at his own 45. Comerts booms it toward the near side. Herb will let it bounce inside the 10. He'll grab it on the run. He's across the 10 and he gets knocked out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Yep, 15-yard line. So, yeah, 1st down and 10 for Kenston. So they give up some yardage, but end up stopping Chardon's drive, and they will get it back again here, trailing at 20-7 with 9:11 to go, 3rd quarter. Greg Dees, John Walsh along with you.
Jake Young was the one who pushed him out of bounds there, caught him and gave him a little crack as he was going out of bounds.
May have gotten whistled for that, except he hit him and let him go.
Yeah, and it was right at the sideline. It wasn't a late hit by any means. He was just tiptoeing along the sideline, and he just gave him that extra little push to get out.
Joe Worthy in the backfield as the up back. That's Brandon Rudolph as the deep back. Good 1st half for him. Love to throw. Pass is caught. That's Sean Herb, and Sean Herb will pick up about 6 yards on that 1st down.
It's as good as an opening run. If they can take those little dunks and have good success, except that's a pretty long throw. When you make a throw that long, somebody could step right in front of it, and there's nobody else there. So you got to be really careful on when you release those quick little dumps like that.
2nd and 5, they pitch it. That is Brandon Rudolph, and he lost the ball. Nice loss there.
Yeah, that took away
everything that almost everything they gained on the pass play. They
right.
lose 4, 3rd down and 9 now.
And this is not as deep as they want to be, because if Chardon holds them here, they're going to be turned over. And so far, kicking, punting doesn't seem to be one of Kenston's strengths. I haven't seen a good punt yet out of their kicker.
Love takes a snap, and he is hit, and he is going to go down. There's a sack for the Hilltoppers. Tony DeSanto is in there. Check out some other numbers. Gary Schussler comes up off the bottom of the pile. David White comes up off the bottom of the pile. Rob Thompson. My, oh my.
It was a team
All kinds
effort.
of them there. Loss of 5 on that play. It'll make it 4th down and 14, and punting from his end zone is Justin DeBadges.
Yeah, this is not a good situation. This isn't how Kenston visualized the second half going.
Snap is a good one. DeBadges drops the football. Now he's in trouble. He throws and he's got a man.
Geez.
And that is going to be a completed pass to Ryan Conroy. Short of a first down, but that could have been a lot worse, John. He could have given up a touchdown in the end zone.
It almost should have been run out the back of the end zone time, as much trouble as he was in.
That was a good snap. He just flat out dropped it.
Yeah. So Chardon's got the first big break of this half, and they capitalize on the first one at the beginning of the game there. Let's see if they can do the same thing here.
Chardon will have it on the 19-yard line of the Bombers. First down and 10, 7-11, which is a very convenient time here in the third quarter. They run it to Doyle. Doyle dragged down from behind. Man, oh man, he got bear hugged from behind.
He wasn't letting go either.
Well, making the play there was John Holzheimer again. We've called his name quite a bit tonight, John.
Yeah, he's been having a good game there. One of their big stoppers on his defense. It's going to take time. Like I said, a new coach does make all the difference in the world. It might be mid-season until Kenston really gets it turned on and starts clicking. It's rough to get new systems in place.
Bobby Doyle, right side, tackled by Ross Alberts. But Doyle will pick up a nice chunk of yardage there and leave himself a couple yards shy of a first down.
Yeah, got a real bad angle here. Yeah, I guess about long three yet to go.
Clock is running. We're almost halfway through the third quarter. 6-12 and counting. Third down and 3.
Troppers try to get the first score of the second half. Put a little padding on their comfortable lead.
Straight up the gut they go. And that was Renzi.
I'd say he's got to be fairly close at first down. He got hit, stood up, and then went a second effort and gained a little bit more. A little bit might just be enough, no?
Looks like less than a yard from where they spot it, because they've got it, it looks to be outside the 10-yard line, and they need to get to the, they can get the nose of the football on the paint.
Yeah, it looks like a long yard. Call it 1 or 2, whichever way you want to go.
Bell keeps it, and he's stuffed behind the line of scrimmage, and down he goes.
That was a big play by Kenston. That could help pump them up, and their offense has to get something going here.
Alex Mara, the monster back, made a great play there. John Bell, had he handed it to Renzi, looked like he would have had the first down. There was a little bit of a gap there, and he was trying to follow behind him, but nice play by Alex Mara.
Yeah, but that was a big moral victory. Now Kenston's got to capitalize and get some points on the board. I mean, moral victories are nice, but they don't equate to points, and that's what Kenston needs right now.
That should have been a lot worse. Gave the ball to Chardon on, what, the 19-yard line?
Oh,
there?
yeah, they did a defense did a fine job shutting them down there.
That's Rudolph. Nothing.
Yeah.
Tripped up by Jernasik.
They're starting to key a little bit more in Rudolph. He was having some success earlier, breaking to the outside, breaking some of those twisty little inside runs he had going, but it's been a while since he's had to carry over a couple yards. There's a lot of people here, and it's a good crowd for this football game tonight.
Yes, it is.
It's a beautiful evening for it, too.
There's a lot going on. The Indians are in town, the Browns are in town, and high school football is all around.
And the air show this
How many
weekend,
people are at any kind of a ballpark tonight? They pitch it. That is Rudolph. He is being dragged down. Good pursuit.
Somebody had an arm there and wasn't going to let it go.
I don't know if that was, I think that was Frank Horbe.
Yeah, he just had that jersey around the shoulder pad and a good tight grip on it. Wasn't going to let it down.
So the 3rd down and 8 coming up for the Bombers. 4:10 and counting, 3rd quarter.
Yeah, each second right now works to Chardon's advantage.
Rudolph is the up back. Worthy, or I should say Worthy is the up back. Rudolph is the deep back. And to throw is Terry Love. He is hit as he throws. He looks downfield and has incomplete. Pass was overthrown, intended for Sean Herb, and he got popped right at the sideline. I think Corey Colmert's.
I think it was Dawson, 45, wasn't it? And
One of the
coverage
two.
there. You can't see no replays because their equipment's busted, but when we're watching over the weekend, we'll see.
4th down and 8.
Kenston people were yelling for a flag on that one.
Mike Silla into punt again. This is very similar to what we just had. He's standing right at the goal line.
Sure,
Groundhog Day. That one is a nice high boomer. And that will...
Orbe again.
Orbe.
Runs into his old man.
48-yard line is where Chardon will get it back, so they're winning the battle of the field position. They'll get it back with 3:42 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And they still lead it by a score of 20-7. Chardon scored with 3:08 to go in the 1st quarter, so almost 2 full quarters now of time without getting the ball in the end zone, even though they had 232 yards rushing in the 1st half, and they had a considerable amount already here in the 2nd half.
Well, they had that long drive that just kept stalling from penalties that they got it finally down to the 10er, so they had a lot of yards on that drive because that started fairly deep. Yeah, this is a defense that Chagrin Falls riddled last week and just really took over and made it look a little bit silly, and now they've toughened up. But again, I'll go back to the thing of it's a new system for Kenston and all, and they're just slowly going to get better and better. This week they're a little better than they were last week. I think it's a team that maybe come mid-season time they can raise a little bit of hell in the Western Reserve Conference.
Yeah.
And, you know, be one of those that the Dorniers, the Solons, the Mayfield, the leaders in that conference will probably say, oh God, I don't want to go to Kenston tonight.
Well, Kenston will be at West Geauga a week from tonight. Follow that up on the road with Kent Roosevelt, and then Ravenna at home. And then they will get into the conference schedule with at Nordonia, home against Solon, at Brush, home against Twinsburg, and home against Mayfield. So that is a brutal schedule for the Bombers.
Yeah, I have to see how that league shakes out next year when they realign or who goes where and all.
1st down and 10. Bell to throw, dumps it, has a man. That is Doyle. Doyle is to the 30, inside the 30 to the 27-yard line, and that's a big gainer for a 1st down. About 24 yards on that pass play, maybe even closer to 25, and that's a 1st down for Chardon. First reception of the day for a Hilltopper receiver, and the first completed pass by Bell.
Yeah, that's kind of when they're not looking for a pass, that's when Chardon's passing's the most effective. They've historically never been a strong passing team, and you know, as long as they got comfortable leads, you can throw one in now and then when they're looking, because you batter them with those backs coming at you.
Reverse, that's Doyle. Doyle bounces off a man who actually loses his helmet. My gosh, Terry Love. Helmet come flying off when he hit Bobby Doyle. Chardon next week, as John mentioned, home against Lakeside, which is a celebration of the 10-year anniversary of the 1994 state championship team.
Don't you wish you could see copies of those games?
I bet you could.
How?
There's got to be a way.
Craig?
I'm thinking on DVD.
No kidding.
That's right.
Where could you get something that phenomenal?
At the boosters table next week at the ballpark. Bell to throw, swings it out, and that's incomplete. Pass was intended for Kevin Dawson.
Do you realize we were just Colin Mockery and Ryan Stiles
Yep.
there?
Right.
Isn't that sad? And we didn't even do it that well.
And then Mentor will travel to Chardon after that, then at Geneva. And then, of course, the 4 conference games with an independent game snuck in there. Home against North, at Lisbon Beaver. You'll see that game on GTV. At Riverside, home against Madison, and at South to round out the season. 3rd down and 8 is Bobby Doyle. Right side will not get the 1st down. as he will get near the 22-yard line. You know, those 5 DVDs, all 4 of the playoff games, plus the parade and outtakes and the pep rally DVD, all for $50. Contact the boosters, see them at the ballpark next week. They'll be on sale, I'm assuming, for the entire season.
Yeah.
And boy, what a great keepsake, especially if you had anything at all to do with that 1994 season. I didn't know much about Chardon football when I got the call from Super Dave Jevnikar in '94, but boy, oh boy.
That was the season to
I have
be a
grown
doctor.
to know it and love it. They go for it on 4th down. Bell breaks a tackle, squirts around a hole on the left side. He's to the 10, to the 5, touchdown. That is a 22-yard touchdown run by John Bell, turning something out of nothing.
I guess they're just taking turns with one back being their scorer for the week. Last week it was Doyle's turn to be the scorer. This week it's Bell's. That's his 3rd touchdown on the night.
Nice piece of running there by John Bell, and that quieted the crowd quickly below. 26-7. That was a 4th down play as well.
Yeah, now Kenston's almost forced to do things they really don't want to do. Being down by 3 scores now, and time is getting a little bit on the precious side. They're going to have to score and score fairly quick.
Chardon going for 2. Crossing pattern is incomplete. Pass intended for Matt Colcom. So the PAT is no good. And with 1:53 to go here in the 3rd quarter, Chardon with a 26-7 lead. All kidding aside, that DVD set that's coming out, I can't wait to see it. I think it'll be awesome. And there's a lot of guys still kicking around from that '94 team, and there were some great ball games. You said the Walsh Jesuit game was just...
Oh, that was might have been the best high school game I ever saw.
Yep, that was an outstanding run there. So those will be available through the boosters, not through GTV, but through the boosters. And you can pick those up at the ballpark, and I'm sure there'll be other places where you'll be able to acquire that. But that's next Friday. We do encourage you, though, the celebration to honor those gentlemen will take place before the ball game. So make sure you get to the ballpark on time, or actually early.
It starts 7:30, so it's probably, I'd say by a quarter after, you better have a seat.
Yep, get yourself there so you can enjoy that and relive the moment.
Yeah, that was a fun season. It was just fun the whole way, the whole ride.
When it was '97, they went back to the state championship again, right?
98.
98 with the dreaded hook and lateral with, what, 45 seconds to go?
So, yeah,
my gosh. And you and I were sitting above, that was at Paul Brown. We were on the roof, and you could see it coming.
Yeah.
And Chardon knew it was coming. And Scotty Makar got there about, what, a half a second too late?
They just...
he bust that up, and they knew it was coming.
Yeah,
Parker with another squibber. Taken by one of the up men. There's a good return all the way up to the 46-yard line. Nicely done by Joshua Schinigal.
Yeah, he got a nice little lane, opened up inside and just put his head down and grabbed everything he could. And Kenston's got good field position, which is a first for this half because they've got terrible field position. But boy, it just doesn't, they got to get going here. They got to get going quick. Because we're down just a little under 2 minutes left here in this 3rd quarter, so there's only less than 14 minutes left in the whole game, and they got to have 3 scores.
Minute 48 remains. Shotgun for Love. Stands in, fires. That is complete. That's his favorite target, Herb. So Sean Herb will pick up about almost 5 on that. Depends on where they put the football down. It's 4 for sure, maybe 5.
Chardon's almost going into their prevent defense, aren't they? You don't see that much in the 3rd quarter.
Sean Herb comes up limping. He will leave the ball game. Matt Berkowitz will come in and replace him.
Yeah, he did. He did a little twist around there.
2nd down. Actually, where they spot it now, it's almost closer to 6, so we'll call it 2nd down and a long 4.
Yeah, we got deuces on both sides. Single back.
Love going to run it. Love has the 1st down as he cuts back to the 40, and he's on his feet to the 36-yard line before he is brought down.
You're safe right there.
That's a good little formation for them. I mean, especially when they're in a point, well, they're going to be passing more than they normally would just because they're down that much on the scoreboard. But it also opens that up. You got the field spread out. You got the linebackers having to get out of there. they're not there to contain as much against the quarterback run, and you can get a lot of those ripped off when you're in a defense like this or running an offense like this.
First down and 10. There's Love again, up the middle. He gets tripped up and falls forward for a gain of about 3. Clock is running, 37 seconds and counting here in the third quarter.
Well, I wouldn't live off the quarterback run. You still got to live off the pass and throw in the quarterback run now and then.
Gain of 2, second down and 8.
Is that our TV crews there with cameramen leaving?
Yeah, I think that's some of the
19.
Yeah, probably one of those guys.
Friday Night Fever, or what is it? One of them's got that. Just flash around and look for high school clips when they get home.
Down to 6 seconds to go. Down to 3. Gets a snap off. Love being chased. Stays on his feet. Gets inside to 35 and down to the 30-yard line, and the third quarter comes to an end. The Chardon Hilltoppers are able to put a touchdown on the board. And they have taken a 26-7 lead as we have played 3 quarters of football here at Kenston High School, the Kenston Bombers Stadium. Nice little ballpark, great place to watch a ball game. It is a glorious night for I almost said baseball again.
Yeah, I know, you got to get off.
I haven't said anything about the pitcher or the mound yet, though, so that's good. But it's a glorious night here. Shirt sleeve weather, beautiful fall night. Can we say fall now, or not? We're not past Labor Day yet.
Not officially. It's what, the 22nd or something of September. Yeah. It's official changeover, I think, of fall. But
you hear that? Hear that music in the background?
Land of a Thousand Dances.
Yeah, but you hear that?
Yeah.
That is fall to me. When I hear that, it becomes fall. All I got to hear is the music in the background, and we're good to go.
How old are you? Can you name the original group that did this song?
No.
Cannibal and the Headhunters.
Very good, John.
Yeah.
Well, you are considerably older than I am.
Yeah,
so.
it was backed by the Tommy Dorsey band.
Well, they'll move the football down to the other end. And Kenston will have the football on the Chardon 30-yard line. It'll be a third down and 4 to go. They need to get to the 26 for a first down.
Actually, Kenston needs to. I'd say if they're stopped here, you can almost start that fat lady singing, because this could just end it for them. Because they're really in a deep, deep hole, and they got to do it now, and it ends.
That is Rudolph, and he gets stuffed.
Not even back to the line of scrimmage.
Jeff Jernasik is there, actually came out of the pile with the ball. Also Kevin Hogan and Tony DeSanto again. That will be a loss of at least a yard when they spot it. Call it a fourth down now and 5.
They must not have much confidence in their passing game, because they're doing the spreading them out, and just pretty much exclusively running out of that.
Well, last week, Terry Love was 5 out of 17 for 75 yards. He threw 2 TDs, but he also threw a pick. Fourth down and 5.
Yeah, but now's the point. You got to get big yardage. Drives don't help you. They eat up too much time.
Across the middle, intended for Berkowitz, and it's incomplete. On the coverage was Matt Colcom, and there's a flag, I think, down at the 5-yard line.
What?
As Berkowitz might have got stepped on too.
I didn't really see any pass interference. If they threw it down there, it was on the pass play, but I'll be darned if I say it looked like just solid coverage.
Well, they're going to call it against Chardon.
Well, that's a big break for Kenston.
15 yards, and that's a first down.
Wow, that's their second pass interference tonight. First one I agreed with. That was a little bit of a pass interference. This one, I didn't really see it, but then again, I couldn't tell him. His hand might have been pulling back on him before the ball got, because he was behind him.
11:15 to go in the ball game. First down and 10 on the 15-yard line. Love fakes it to Rudolph. Now he's going to take off. He is being chased, and he is going to go out of bounds after a dive. Frank Horbe was the last to at least get a hand on him, but he went flying on the far side. Stays in bounds.
Something was messed up on that play. I don't know if you noticed, but the center snapped the ball and was a step out before anybody else moved. So I don't know, either he snapped it a hair early or everybody else was late for some ungodly reason. Quarterback got it fine. Had to get these rubber band shooting T-shirts up in the stands.
It'll be a 2nd down and 2. The ball is at the 7-yard line. Love from the shotgun. He's going to run it. He gets tripped up and down he goes. He did not get the 1st down. Matter of fact, just did get back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like David White.
Yeah, just held his ground there in the middle of that line, and Love ran right into him.
Kenston looks like they're going to take a timeout with 10:13 to go here in the ball game. 3rd down and 2 coming up. They're trailing 26-7. Folks, while we've got an opportunity, we should tell you that we invite you to send in, if you're a nonprofit organization from our funding communities, you can send in your announcements of interest at GTV, Post Office Box 336, Chardon, or you can fax them in at 440-285-9897, or you can email us at geaugatv@alltel.net. That is Geauga TV, just like it is on the bottom of the screen there, at alltel.net. You know who I saw the other night and had a chance to talk with for a while?
Bush.
A man who used to love Chardon, Ohio. Mudcat Grant.
Oh, really?
Spent some time with Mudcat Grant on Sunday night, and we were walking back out to the parking garage, and I asked him, I said, how are all my friends in La Cuche, Florida? And he laughed, and he said, you know, I still pull out those tapes. I said, well, I'm going to be out. We talked about broadcasting, and I said, I'm going to be out in Chardon, Ohio this week and watching the Chardon Hilltops. And he got a kick out of that. What a nice man.
Yeah,
what a nice man.
I would have had to say, Bud, please, say chin music.
Yeah. They hand the ball off to Rudolph. He's hit at the line of scrimmage by Randy Lane.
It depends on where they spot it. He should be fairly close.
I don't think he got it because he needed to get, I think, to the 5-yard line. Needs to get the ball on the chalk line, and he's short. 4th down and a yard. That's a solid yard where they've got it marked.
Oh God, you got another kid going on with an ankle.
Well, you got Brandon Rudolph, who tried to get up, and his running mate, Joe Worthy, just knocked him back down to the ground and said, lay there till they come out and get you.
Yeah, don't be stupid.
And so the team leaves him in the middle of the field. Now here comes a trainer.
Oh, it was a water break. They're fighting for a water break.
9:45 to go. Big play coming up for Kenston.
Yeah. This is pretty much the game for them. They have to get the 1st down and into the end zone. They can't be messing around doing it either. They got to get in there if they want to have any shot at all at winning this ball game.
Well, I'm hoping what this is that 4th quarter, early in the season, calf cramp that we see so many backs get. You're a little dehydrated. The muscles start to tighten up a little bit. You get that cramp like you do at 3 a.m.
Yeah, even though it's still kind of warm, even though there's a light breeze that makes it nice and comfortable for the fans. But down in that field with a full helmet and pads and all, it gets a lot warmer.
I think that might be what it is. I mean, they're letting him walk off under his own power, and you can see him.
Much better than some Shaw kid last week.
Well, let's hope that's what it is. It's not a hamstring, but because he keeps grabbing the back of his leg, but you hope it's just one of those calf cramps.
Yeah, I think maybe that's all it is.
Well, it's a 4th down and 1, and that's not good news for Kenston. Their feature back is going to be spending 4th down and 1 on the bench. Ryan Conroy will come out. See if he goes in the backfield. Actually, no, we're going to see Alex Mara come in. They'll go.
Well, here's the play for Kenston.
Full house. Handoff. That is Worthy.
He leaned forward. He should have it.
And Worthy, if he got to the chalk line, which it looks like he did, should have a 1st down.
Yeah, I thought he leaned forward enough to get it. Boy, we don't have the best angle, though, but it looked like he got enough penetration in there to get.
The referee is going to look at where the ball is spotted, check out the chains, and they're going to bring it in.
Must be fairly close. Let's watch the measurement. They're short. Oh, no, he just made it. God.
Nose of the football.
The other side of the stripe. Ooh. Well, that's as good as 2 yards, I guess.
Well, first down and goal now. They'll spot it at the 5. Clock continues to run.
Which works the Chardon's advantage. Kenston can't be messing around. They got to get in that end zone.
Handoff. Nothing doing there.
Nothing there.
Ross Albert's on the carry. Might have lost a yard.
Where's Rudolph? He must be standing back on the sideline. I don't see him on the bench. Oh no, he is in front of the. He's down on the ground. Yeah, you might be right. It might be a bad cramp because he's stretching his leg out down there in front of the bench.
No gain on that last play. Second down and goal from the 5. Kenston taking their time in the huddle there too, John.
Yeah,
that
really.
seemed like a long time in there.
8.5 minutes when you need 3 scores. You better be doing hurry-up offense all the way.
Quarterback keeps it. Got hit the line of scrimmage by Randy Lane and then is covered. Was able to sneak his way through for about 1.5 yards or 2 yards.
That's about it. Nowhere near what they need.
Matt Berkowitz will check back in. Terry Love will come to the sidelines, and Ryan Conroy will leave the field.
And then go back. They're just shuttling back and forth. Okay, again, third down.
Third down and 3.
Kenston fans getting up a little bit, trying to get their team pumped up.
Pass into the corner of the end zone, overthrown. Touch pass to Sean Herb.
He was open there for a bit, though. He floated that thing, and it just kept floating over the out-of-bounds marker.
A little fade pattern. 7:36, the clock is now stopped on the incomplete pass. 4th down and goal from the 3.
Yeah, Kenston really can't seem to mount much of anything, and it's a little tougher when your #1 back's laying down on the ground with a cramp, hopefully.
Working them over pretty good. Here we go. 4th and 3. Love gonna roll out. Looking, fires, incomplete, but there's a flag in the end zone. I think we may have a hold. Matt Colcom may have got tied up with one of the receivers. That pass was intended for Berkowitz.
No.
An eligible man downfield against Kenston. That penalty's declined, and that's going to give Chardon the ball back. How about that?
That's a lot
Apologies
of
to
time.
Matt Colcom, because he was looking at the official like he got the flag.
There's a lot of time eating up that clock for nothing from Kenston.
That flag looked like it was at the goal line, and they were only at the 3. Don't you allowed 5 yards or no?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Hey, Chardon will take it.
Somebody must have been doing a.
And they did it fast because that was a little rollout and a dump pass.
Yeah.
Well, Chardon gets the ball back.
It kind of doesn't make sense that an eligible receiver would go any deeper. There's no reason to.
Handoff, straight up the middle they go. That's Renzi, and there's a flag flying, and I think we're going to have a hold.
Either hold or they grab the face mask.
David White was way out front of that play. Also, Matt Hochberg was in there as well.
Yeah, that was just straight ahead power football right there. They just came straight forward.
Now that flag is sitting at the 10-yard line, so they would take it from the spot of the foul half the distance to the goal. So in reality,
Chardon
would actually gain 2 yards.
It doesn't seem fair, does it? But that's the way the rule goes. Sometimes it hurts against you. You hold in your backfield protecting the quarterback, and you can end up with a 15-yard penalty.
Actually, it looks like they haven't moved the down mark. If anything, they've lost a half a yard on that play, but they get the down back. So that's good news for them. Bell, straight up the gut again. That's Renzi. He'll go left side. barrel his way near the 9-yard line, and a little breathing room there. Clock is under 7 minutes to go in the ball game.
Yeah, one that Chardon just dominated early and never really lost control. Haven't been totally dominant since that early push, but have been in control the whole night.
Gain of a solid 5 on the last play, so 2nd down and 5. Chardon taking their time in the huddle and trying to churn it out on the ground and keep that clock moving. Bobby Doyle cuts back.
Gets a grain again.
And he will get up to the 20-yard line, and that's a first down. That's an excellent couple plays by the Chardon Hilltoppers to get that first down.
Yeah, now they've got a little bit of room to open up their offense more. First, it was kind of just straight handoffs, easy up the gut with the fullback.
Well, their idea of opening up the offense is a little reverse off the wing T offense.
Oh, yeah, it's still running. Open up the offense is not air Chardon by any means. But here they kind of kept it simple between the tackles for the most part and up to this point, but now they can go out wide and everything.
First down and 10 on the 20. Doyle again with some blockers. He runs into Alex Mara first. Got spun around and will pick up about 2. Under 6 minutes now.
And every second that ticks off is just closer to the Chardon victory. Yeah, Kenston's still got a ways to go to be a good, solid football club. They definitely, after that opening quarter, they played a lot better, especially their defense. They've settled in a whole bunch.
Sure have. 2nd down and 8. Ball at the 22-yard line. Hand off again. Renzi bounces off a one tackler and stays on his feet and moves his way up to the 28, maybe the 29-yard line. Gain of about 6 or 7 on that play. Wow, that was a heck of a run, and we've got a man down.
I love pinball football, where they just hit somebody, bounce off, and go.
Schussler slow to get up. Renzi slow to get up as well. Schussler down, grabbing his helmet.
Renzi was down. I didn't really see him down in the field.
On the other side.
Oh, yeah, I did see him over there limping a little bit. He's got the ankle. Okay.
Well, we've got an opportunity. We should remind you that, as many of you know, the Count on Me campaign began 5 years ago. There's still major challenges ahead. New pledges are still needed. For those of you with students in the middle school or high school, for the first time, we need your help. Chardon's new facilities were privately built and not paid for with tax dollars. Seeking 200 new families to pledge out of the 1,000 families who have children in Chardon schools. For those who have pledged, we'd ask you, if you haven't sent in your final installment, that you do so at this time. If you're able to accelerate or increase your participation now that you've seen what a fantastic community facility this is, and now that you and your children are using it, please do so. For everyone who used the track and stadium contributed, the debt would be erased. There's still a tremendous amount of work to do. We appreciate your support thus far and encourage you to help as much as you can. Can we count on you? Please send your pledge in installments to Post Office Box 798, Chardon, Ohio. 3rd down and 1 for the Hilltoppers. They hand the ball off. That is Mike Renzi again, I think.
No, that was number 4 carrying there, Jared Brown.
I'm sorry, Jared. That's a first down, Jared Brown. That brings the clock under 5 minutes, and now they'll wind it up. See, now this is the part of the game that I don't get. They just blow the whistle to start it up. Why don't you stay in there for 20 seconds or so?
Yeah, use as much time as you can.
First down and 10. Handoff up the middle. That's Brown again.
So again, all of a sudden, the second half's become the half of the fullback for Chardon. Yep. Fullbacks have had more carries here in the second half than I think they had in the first game and a half.
Alex Purz was in the game. He just went out. 4:20 and counting. Chardon with the football, 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, a long, slow drive would just be perfect Chardon closing the night.
Bobby Doyle brought down from behind. Nice defensive effort there,
yeah, maybe
by Ross Alberts.
Maybe the line of scrimmage. It's about it. No gain. Kenston defense has settled in a lot. At first, it was going to be a long night for them. Fortunately, they can't get their offense untracked. Had that one drive with a couple of big plays out of it. Ever since then, not really much of anything.
3rd down and almost 5. Ball gets squirted out, and it is picked up. No, it's
No,
still loose, and Kenston has it.
Yeah, I think so.
They tried to scoop it up instead of falling on the ball, and Kenston will come up with the football. And
Michael Marin came up with it.
Kenston recovery by number 61.
Yeah, Dawson had a shot at it, but I think it squirted out from underneath him and went over to Marin. I still think it's a little too late for Kenston, but at least they can have some fun and get a little respectable on the scoreboard.
Yeah, Mike Marine, a two-way player, stays in the ball game, and the offensive line 1st down and 10 for the Bombers. Flags fly. We've got motion. Or maybe offsides. I don't know. We'll see.
See who they talk to.
3:33 on the clock.
Yeah, on Chardon, they're moving it back.
Offside against the Hilltoppers.
Somebody got a little over anxious there. And we're getting a little substitution going on.
1st down and 5. The ball on the Chardon 29-yard line. The Hilltoppers lead it by 19, 26-7.
So we get different out linebacker on this side. Zach Wedge is out here, right outside linebacker position.
Love to throw. Steps up, across the middle, and that is incomplete.
Try to pick up some of those new names.
Pass was
in the
intended
game.
for Mike Silla. 2nd down 5.
Vincent Kowski's in there at linebacker, I believe.
That may be a hamstring on Brandon Rudolph, because he keeps grabbing that upper part of his leg.
It does. And that's
He
not
may have-
really cramp zone, but it's got to be like a bruise. Really could have popped it, or he wouldn't be hopping like that.
2nd down and 5. Love with time, fires, pass incomplete. Threw it a little bit behind Sean Herb. He had him just a little bit behind him.
Another player out there is Nate Mullets at defensive end. Got to find them new numbers.
That's right.
These are the future of GTV. Do you realize that?
Future every year, right?
Yeah.
So
Chris
Nate Mullet out
Reinhardt.
there. I knew another guy, pretty good player, used to wear 68 for the Chardon Hilltoppers a couple years ago.
I remember him.
3rd down and 5. Love hits.
Ooh.
Down he goes.
Did somebody get their first career sack?
It looks like it was Jot Hall.
55?
Yep.
It could well be. Came up from the right spot where I was looking to see who got up from there.
4th and 11. Ball back now on the 36-yard line. Under 3 minutes to go in the game. Chardon looking like win number 2 is going to be racked up today.
Brad Petroff is in there as well, a junior defensive back.
4th and 11. Love fires, incomplete. There's a flag. There's going to be a hold. Joshua Shinigal came across the middle, and somebody had a handful of jersey.
Got John Majka out there at defensive back. I know there's got to be one or two we're missing out there.
And holding will be the call against the Hilltoppers. Boy, like I said, somebody had a fistful of that jersey. Number 2, John Micah's out there. So it will be they're going to spot it 4th down and 1 now.
This is kind of a thrill for these guys, get some playing time. Jim Dilly's there at nose man. I'm just scouring, looking for numbers right now. I know we're missing one or two. I think we've got about all the substitutions mentioned.
4th and a yard. Love will go under center this time, and he will sneak it right up the middle, and he's got the first down. The pile falls forward. That's a first down for the Bombers. 2:37 when the clock will be wound up after they spot the football after the first down.
What are we down? 2:37?
Yep.
I imagine Kenston's probably, this is maybe start of the JV game.
Yeah.
This might be first quarter of JV game going on right now. Not
First
sure
down and 10. Love back to throw. Plenty of time. Swings it out. Has a man. Nice tackle made by Vince Sidkowski on the reception by Ross Alberts. Coming up on 2:05 and counting. Give him a gain of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7. We're under 2 minutes to go.
The band's getting ready to have their big grand finale march out.
Love rolls, fires, has a man. That's his favorite target.
He's in the end zone.
And that's a touchdown for Sean Herb. 2nd touchdown of the night. That one from 20 yards out.
Like I said, that's one that just gains you a little bit of respectability and keeps you coming back next week. But I'm sure this team has improved a lot over last week, and probably not as much as they're going to be next week. I think this is a team just on the climb, and by mid-season, they're going to be a force.
Mike Silla bangs that one up, and no good. So with 1:43 to go in the ball game, Chardon will get the football back, leading at 26-13. That is the 4th touchdown pass of the season by Terry Love, and the 3rd touchdown reception of the season by Sean Herb.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Kenston goes to their 2nd string and Chardon goes to their 2nd string as well. They see Chardon move the ball well here, because it's kind of, it takes you a few plays of seeing the wing tee to stop it, and the backups really haven't been out there to see what it looks like in the field, and it can confuse the heck out of you.
We'll see what Mike Silla does. He'll be kicking off. I'm sure it'll be an onside kick as Chardon brings all the good hands people up front.
Yeah, they're bunched up too. They don't look like they're even going to go that 2nd row.
1:43 to go in the ball game. Chardon leads at 23-13.
At their deep men back in the 25. Yeah, looks like it's coming our way. So we got 2 men on the other side of the ball.
You got a different kicker in there too. You got Matt Berkowitz in there.
He's the onside kick specialist.
That's what it appears. He squibs it, bounces off of one of the Hilltoppers, and it is recovered.
Yeah, I think he fell, bounced off Alex Pavlik.
Pavlik, yep.
Oh, the Kenston coach waving, I don't know why.
That's a fast whistle on a play like that, because you never know if that ball is kicking around down there. But Chardon will get it right at midfield.
Yeah, but it's also when you want to protect the kid too, you know.
Yep. Oh yeah, I understand that.
Because if you do see it's covered up, you got a good handle, blow it. These people are just going to come in and just pounce on them. Easy there, Craig. Don't knock everything down. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm
Okay.
good. Just the mosquitoes in here are nasty, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
1st down and 10. Chardon.
Nah, we're pretty much first team, aren't they?
Yep, Renzi will take it across the right side.
Yeah, I don't see
Timeout for Kenston.
I don't see any backup offensive players out there. That's the starting unit.
Kenston will take a timeout after that gain of not much. 1:33 to go here in the ball game, 26-13.
That's at least the 2nd timeout for Kenston, so at best they have 1 more left, and maybe not even that. So I remember they took one not too far into the 3rd quarter, about the 4 or 5 minute mark.
Don't forget, coming up on October 8th, Berkshire Cardinal. John Walsh will be there getting ready for some football. GTV making plans again to cover the annual bash between those two communities. This year it's in Burton. I love that little ballpark in Burton.
Yeah.
You and I did the Cardinal Berkshire game last year at Cardinal, remember?
At Cardinal, in a rainstorm. It was raining something
Yep.
fierce, remember?
Cardinal Berkshire, a terrific rivalry. Glad to be part of it again. The fact next week we'll be replaying the recent Cardinal Berkshire girls volleyball match right here on GTV. So check out channel 23 for times and dates. So that is October the 8th.
We'll be doing some Notre Dame Cathedral Latin sports as well.
Yeah.
You know, so that'll be coming up, different events all over the place.
I was out there. I did some basketball out there last year and had a real good time. They had their holiday tournament that was great. 2nd down and 8 for Chardon. 1:33 to go. Bell.
Straight a handoff up the middle of Renzi.
And that's a 1st down. He gets inside the 40 to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, he's built like a fullback, you know. Low to the ground and big legs.
Keeps the shoulder square to the line as he goes through.
Kind of body-wise looks like a Gary Renner.
1st down and 10. Clock will run. 1:20 to go. 1st down was pretty much the kiss of death there for Kenston.
Chardon's going to go to 2-0 in the season, and Bombers will start out this season at 0-2, but I'm sure they'll improve on that.
Bell keeps it. There's a flag. He goes around the corner. He's going to cut back to stay in bounds, and will get inside the 25-yard line, but this is coming back. Flag on the play.
Yeah, a lot of it. Energy expended and stuff for nothing. It's, like you said, it's going to be called back.
Holding will be the call.
That's about their 4th or 5th today.
And that holding call took place about 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, so it'll be a 13-yard penalty.
That's one of those where it catches up the other way. That's what I said. You can hurt you even more.
Well, and it doesn't matter a whole lot with 1:01 to go.
No, it's strictly.
You got the extra down, so now you can really get yourself some more time off the clock. They'll spot it back at the Chardon 47.5-yard line. It'll be 1st and about 22, I'm guessing. That look about right, 22?
Like I said, this series should just run out the clock, though. Chardon can even take knees now, to be quite honest with you.
Straight up the middle they go. Again, that's Renzi. He gets
maybe one.
Gang tackled.
That's kind of just wrap both hands around the ball. It's a good drill for that, because you want protecting the ball type of stuff. And you know, this is a good time to practice that, because they'll be ripping at it something fierce.
20 seconds to go. Last play of the game coming up. Go into the V formation. Bell, I don't even know if he has to snap the ball. Does not have to snap the ball, and the ball game is over. The Chardon Hilltoppers have come to Kenston for the first time since 1995 and have won this ball game by a score of 26-13. Good ball game for the Hilltoppers. An excellent night tonight for John Bell. John Bell was able to get himself in the end zone 3 different times tonight. 21 yards, 61 yards, and 22 yards. Kevin Dawson chipped in with a 2-yard touchdown himself. 2 scores for the Kenston Blue Bombers. Terry Love both times to Sean Herb, and there's your final 26-13. We appreciate you coming by tonight, John. It was great to see you again.
Good seeing you, Craig. And I'd have to say Kenston's got something to build on. I'm suspecting they played a lot better this week than they did last week.
I would agree. I mean, this is a good Chardon football team that they had moved the ball well and could have very easily went, oh, here we go again, and really came out in that first half.
Yeah,
and
at least
made some
character.
good stops.
They showed a lot of character, just fighting back and maintaining respectability.
You got that right. Tonight's game brought to you by cable subscribers just like you. That's right. Tonight's contest completely funded by cable subscriber franchise fees from Chardon Township, Chardon Village, Hamden Township, and Munson Township. This week's game is part of the GTV programming service made possible by your support. Our other funding communities not participating in this particular program are Burton Township, Burton Village, and Middlefield Village. Well, John, that's going to do it from here. You will be back on October 8th, the Cardinal Berkshire. I'll be down in
We'll
Lisbon.
both be back, just not together.
That's not together, but our thanks to everybody that helped us put this together, Kenston High School as well as Chardon High School, and our thanks to our production crew who did another fine job tonight, the Hilltopper Band out there. The executive producer of GTV is Dave Jevnikar. For my partner, John Walsh, I'm Craig D saying so long from Kenston High School. The final again, the Chardon Hilltoppers 26, the Kenston Bombers 13. Till we meet again, folks, please be safe out there, and we'll talk to you again on GTV.